Hi friends, welcome all to Easy English classes. And yes, my name is Ashwini and I'm a spoken English trainer by profession. And I've got around 8 to 10 years of experience in the training field, in the training industry. The reason today we are here is the first session for today is we're going to tell you about why English is important and what are the basic rules that we need to follow in English. So, why English is important? See, generally we say, yeah, we are very happy with our own mother tongue, what we speak. We are very comfortable speaking amongst people in our own states or in our own place, neighborhood. So, but whereas English is a very common language used in many different places in India as well as outside India. So, we have different languages in India. And apart from this, let me also go ahead and tell you why English is a must for everyone to know, at least the basics of English. See, now for example, we are in say some state in India, and we go to some other state where we don't know the state language. It's very difficult for us to communicate with a person there, right? So what we try to do is we try to go ahead and we have to make sure that they understand what we are asking for. So what do? We speak in English. Now, yes, some of them at least they know how to form a sentence and they just go ahead and speak with them. All right. So which is very very important for everyone to easily make the other person understand. So English is something necessity for everyone to know. And yes, English is not, people do scare you out saying that, yeah, English is so difficult to learn. It's like very difficult, it's like you have to, not have any, you shouldn't make any grammatical errors. But here it's a very easy language until and unless you follow certain rules in English. Then, um, in this industry or in any industry you take, English is a must for all the people. It could be any profession you can take. It could be a doctor, it could be a teacher, it could be a person who working for an MNC, working under different in different industries in different sectors. You have to go ahead and communicate in English because there are all sort of people who work under the same roof. So for the other person to understand, you have to go ahead and communicate in English. So, now coming to the English language, what we are going to teach, what I am going to teach now is this. We have to go ahead and make sure, I am going to make sure that you will learn English in a very easy manner without committing any grammatical errors. So we are going to take one by one session where we're going to learn grammar, which is a little important, not little important, we can say at least 60% important for us to know how to go ahead and form a sentence. So, before we start, let me go ahead and tell you. We have around, there are three important things in grammar that you have to know, which is very important. One is something called as tenses, which is again important when we talk, at what time we talk, and what situation, what type of tense we have to use. Next comes, we have something called as prepositions. So again, prepositions is something that we use for us to go ahead and form a sentence, which is again very important. Then we have something called as articles, which is again very important. So these are the three important things in grammar which I want everyone to know, and it's very simple to learn if you go ahead and dedicate your time for, say, a few minutes every day to make sure at least you practice these three things. Because once you practice these three things, your 80% of your language is perfect. Your English language will be perfect. And then, apart from this, you have another thing which is very important for you guys to know. The first main thing is starting a sentence. We have something called as a golden rule that we follow in English, where the first thing that we start with is subject. Then we have something called as a verb, which is again relating to grammar. And there are two types of verbs under this. One is called as a helping verbs, and another one is called as a main verb, or it's also called as action verb. So main verbs or action verbs, and this is also called as auxiliary verbs in grammar. Now, After this, whatever the remaining sentence, the words that come in a sentence is called as an object. So these are the three important things that you need to have in a sentence. And apart from this, you also need to make sure that you cannot use time complement if you want to speak professionally and fluently in English language. The first thing should always start with the subject. Now, what is the subject? Subject is something that we talk about, like it could be a name of a person, it could be animal, place, or a thing. It could be anything or anyone. So, whom we talk about. Say, for example, I will talk about, say, a person's name, like say Ajay. Now, if I speak about Ajay, Ajay will be the first thing that I have to put in a sentence. Now, then comes a verb. Say, Ajay will come next week to Bangalore, or Ajay will attend the class from tomorrow. So, whenever we talk about time, so the first thing will come Ajay, then will come tomorrow. From tomorrow, it will be at the last. So, whenever we talk about time complement, should always come at the last. So, getting back to English. Now, there are people who make a lot of mistakes. See, we know a lot of words in English. See, even in our mother tongue, when we speak amongst our own people, our own neighborhood, or in our family. For example, when we say paper, we don't use paper in our mother tongue. We generally use the word paper because that's the only word which we have heard everywhere and that's being used. So English is not that you should not always think that you don't know English. You should always say you know English, but you don't know how to go ahead and put it across in a sentence and convey the same thing to another person. So English is something that you know, but you don't know to follow certain rules when we have to speak with others. So always have a positive mindset stating that you are confident in what you know, and make sure you follow these rules and apply it in your daily lives so that you can speak fluently. So I would like not to go ahead and take you in depth of grammar today itself. I would like you to go through this video and share it with your friends. And in the upcoming sessions, in the next session, we will be going ahead and we will be falling into grammar, where we're going to learn each and every concept in detail, which is very important. And then we will go ahead and start applying those structures and rules in our daily lives to speak fluently. So till then, keep watching this video, share it with your friends, and also go ahead and if you do have any comments or feedback, you can just go ahead and post it. Alright, till then, take care.